We are going to talk about the play 1984, and we think that this is a dystopia because people are being controlled and they don't really have individual thoughts, and a lot of the people are miserable. So we can't really think that this is a positive thing for anyone.
And if we talk about Winston, he don't have the freedom. Also, the other people who live in the society, they don't have the freedom and the rights to do whatever they want, and they need to follow the rules in the society.
I think some of the comparisons to the society we have today is like they are shortening the words, making the words easier, and like limiting people's way of thinking, because they think if the words aren't there, they can't think in another way than the government wants them to. So it's kind of like the society we have today, because almost every country in the world is taking English more and more into their language, and removing more of the original language. For example, many of the Danish words are turned more and more into English words instead of staying just Danish. And we have a lot of like big brother watching you kind of stuff with social media, for example Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, and all sorts of things like that. Because for example on Facebook, if you put pictures up on Facebook or any social media for that point, you can't be sure that it won't be used for something else than you were supposed to just show it to friends or something. But once it's in there, you can remove it. You think you're deleting it, but they still have it. And the government might not have control over us like in the play. Like, it's not like they control our thoughts or our way of thinking, or at least we don't think they do. But I think if they could choose to do that, I think they would, especially maybe dictators of the world, because then they can get things their way. They won't have any struggle with making new rules or arrangements to the society, because nobody would really mind, because they would make people think that way. So many leaders of the world would probably choose that if they had that option.
I think it's a really good play. The effects were really cool and the stage were kind of big. They had a lot of space, so they could do like what they want to. I would give it 4 stars out of 6 because it was really weird but kind of interesting. Like in the beginning, I thought like, what is going on here? But later, I kind of began to get it, and then I kind of thought it was interesting. But I probably wouldn't have bought the ticket by myself.